Hey there, welcome to this edition of Real or Rumor.
Hi everyone.
I did hear a rumor, and I'm actually not scared about this one. I heard Chase is taking driver's ed classes.
Oh, yeah.
You know, most of the time when we hear that, we're like, oh, I'm staying off the street. With that one, he's pretty safe and responsible. He doesn't scare me.
Yeah, you know.
How's he doing?
He actually did the driver's ed classes over winter break. I don't know why we chose that. It just worked out.
Yeah.
So he went, and I told him, I said, it's probably going to be boring. In your mind, there'll be some boring things. I said, but it's okay. Just do it. Everybody has to go through it.
Right.
It's okay. Learn the rules. So it was 8 to 4. It was like 8 to 4? Wow. So 8 to 4, Monday, Tuesday, and then you got a couple days off because of New Year's. And then, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Monday, anyway.
Yeah.
It was 4 days of 8 to 4.
Okay,
and
all day.
He actually passed the permit test. So now we've got to head down to the DMV, and by the time this airs, we've probably already done this, but got to head to the DMV and get his official little slip of paper.
Okay.
So that he can start driving on the streets of America.
Sure. Yes. No, that's the part that doesn't scare me at all.
Really?
Yeah, no. I feel really safe
I
with
feel
him.
pretty confident with him. You know, there's a few things that I'm sure he will make mistakes, and I've resolved that it's going to be okay. But I had a pretty good experience with learning how to drive, and I know you had to start with a stick.
I did. My dad. It's a truck my dad has redone and drives to this day every day to work. It's an old 1954 Ford pickup truck with the
on the floor.
On the floor,
yeah. Is it 4 on the floor?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
So we would drive across town and we'd switch places and we'd chug along for a couple blocks until he got tired of being on the floor.
Right.
Old bucket seats, he'd slide off.
That's right.
And we'd go home and we'd walk in the house laughing, and my mom's like, at least you guys are having a good time. But it was hard to learn on that, but I'm glad that I did, because once you learn that way, they're all easy after that.
It's always good to know how to drive a stick. I know I've known a lot of people who don't, and it's like it's tough, but in the long run, it's really good to know how to drive a stick.
And then I flunked my driver's test twice.
No.
Yeah, the actual driver's test. Well,
did they trick you?
Yeah, the guy said, take a left at the next intersection.
Right.
And you know me, I always do what I'm told.
So I
did, but it was a one-way, so he flunked me. The second time, I think I parked at an intersection, red light, on top of a railroad track.
Ooh, yeah, okay.
Flunked again. But the third time, I was so happy. My mom's like, I knew as soon as you came out, she said, because my dad was hugging me and I was under his armpit because I was crying. I was so happy. I was like, yay! And she's like, she got it.
It's definitely one of those.
Interesting time.
It is, and we're okay. We're doing okay. We got all these things that we have to work through emotionally, and I try to put myself and remember, okay, my mom stayed calm. I can stay calm too, and it'll work out. But it's just
and if you're calm, he'll be calmer about what he's doing too.
Yeah.
So
new journey, new step, and I got to thinking about it. I said it's a whole another level of freedom. The kids they kind of have their freedoms. It's like now he's at that next step of, I can go here and I can do this. But
good for him.
But we got to work through the whole Colorado graduated driver's license system, which is a good thing. It's an awesome thing. So we'll get there. But yes, for the rest of you who don't know Chase, hang on.
No, he's going to be fine. Here's what I think. I think many of us on the road now need to go back and take driver's ed. Don't you think?
Oh, well, yeah. There's a lot of things that changed. And there's some things that he brought home that he would quiz us on. And we say, oh, yeah. And he's like, nope. And we were, no way.
So refresher, and then you learn some stuff.
We did learn some things. So,
very good.
And speaking of streets, our rumor actually has to do with a little bit of streets.
Interestingly, it does.
So here's the rumor for today.
I'm ready.
There are hundreds of street lights that are burned out, and the city of Greeley isn't doing anything about them.
What?
Yeah, that's what the rumor says.
First of all, what is a street light?
Yeah, okay, right. Which seems like an obvious question.
Well,
but
I mean, people do get confused. I get confused.
Yeah.
So what is a street light? Those are the overhead lights used to create a safer environment for motorists and pedestrians.
Okay.
They're along most of our major streets as well as in our neighborhoods.
Right.
I know I look out my back window to 47th Avenue and I've got one
And
right
there
on
it
the
is.
corner.
Yep,
So
okay.
yeah, so it lights up the neighborhood and
Right.
it's sort of a sense of security back there.
But then there's the lights at intersections. What are those? Are those the different?
Traffic lights.
Those are traffic lights, which is something
Yes.
different. Okay.
So see, those are going to control your vehicular movement.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
And the lights are the lights in the neighborhood.
Just to light it up
To
and
light
so that
it
you can
up
see the
and-
street and,
and
that.
right,
Very good.
for- yeah,
Okay, so
security.
when it comes to those street lights, not the traffic lights, what's the story with those being out, which is sort of rumored today?
The street lights, it's a good question, and we do get this quite often.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
just quite aren't sure. The street lights are the responsibility of XL Energy, and in certain portions of Greeley, particularly in West Greeley, and this is something I didn't know until we were researching this topic, those are the responsibility in certain portions of West Greeley of the Poudre Valley Rural Electric Association. So that's a part I didn't know.
Really?
I didn't realize that there were, two entities
Really?
with some streetlights in
I didn't know
Greeley.
that either. Okay.
So the city
Wow.
pays for the electricity, and those two companies then are supposed to maintain the light poles and the lights.
Okay. All right. So Excel and Poudre Valley. Well, I always know as Poudre Valley REA. Yeah. Okay.
What they do is so much of what the city of Greeley does. We depend on residents within the city to report outages so that they can go out and get them on schedule for repair.
Sure.
We talk about this all the time. We certainly need eyes and ears out there to tell us, code violations or that sort of stuff, and they're depending on the same sort of thing.
Yeah.
The city's Public Works Department accepts calls regarding non-functioning lights
Okay.
and forwards those to XL and Poudre Valley REA for action. I know in the city manager or city clerk's office, we get calls all the time, and I'm happy to write down a location
Sure.
and get that information wherever it needs to be. So
Yeah.
pretty much any place you call in the city, we're
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
notify who needs to
We'll
be
make
notified
sure
to
they
get it on the
find out
schedule.
about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I heard that the city of Greeley recently did a survey of
Right.
the light outages.
Yeah, they did a poll. Get it? The city does conduct a survey annually to locate and document the number of lights that are out. The city's nighttime survey of the entire city was completed in December, so very recently.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it was found that there were a total of 277 lights that were out and non-functioning.
That seems like a lot.
It does seem like a lot.
Okay.
All of those locations, rest assured, have been sent to the appropriate company for repair.
Okay.
And then city staff is going to do some follow-up on those, and then just to make sure there weren't any kind of like franchise violations.
Right, make sure they got it done.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we've got some interesting stats here. XL operates approximately 3,200 streetlights in Greeley.
Okay.
While Poudre Valley REA has about 2,000. Which I think is incredible.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't have-
Citywide, 3,200
Right.
for XL.
Yeah.
And West Greeley only about
It's just
2,000.
2,000.
Isn't
Wow.
that
So a
something?
total of around 5,200 lights.
Ooh, you can add, girl.
I know. Wow, look at that. It's right
so
there.
about 5,200 lights total in the city,
So
which is
I,
pretty
you know,
incredible.
but which is a lot, and you think, well, 277 of those are out in comparison to 5,200. That's not a ton, but that's a lot of outages, really.
It
And
is.
So it's good
It
to know
is.
they're going to get out and do those. Okay,
Yeah.
so you mentioned that the city of Greeley is paying for that electricity.
right.
Do we have an idea of kind of what that bill looks like? I can't imagine.
Imagine this electricity bill.
Yeah.
1.3 million approximately per year for those lights.
Now, see, that's not a bill I would want to receive.
Me
Too many
either.
zeros.
I'd be calling somebody with a bill like that going,
1.3
oops, somebody made a
million.
mistake here.
Wow.
But yeah.
Okay. All right.
What the city has done, though, is started placing some of its own street lights in order to move toward a more sustainable energy platform.
Makes sense.
Over the last year, the city has installed 40 to 50 LED street lights that consume tons less energy than standard street lights
Just kind of like
do.
at home. You
Yeah.
can switch over to LED.
Yeah, these can be found, the new LEDs can be found along a stretch of 59th Avenue.
Okay.
And then a section of 10th Street, the area that underwent the improvements this summer.
Oh, right,
So
right.
you'll see
Okay,
those
yeah.
there too.
Yeah, we've talked about that area. Oh, so they've got that there.
Yeah, and we
Wow.
understand that after the initial investment, those lights will cost the city 75% less
That doesn't even seem possible. 75%.
75% less. Isn't
Wow.
that crazy?
That is
so well
crazy.
worth the effort and the installation and all of that now.
All right, so it's all about saving some electricity and getting that $1.3 million bill down.
Yes, for sure.
If folks see a street light what do we do?
What you can do if you're, out taking a walk or driving by, you can look at the metal plate. And I know you and I have talked about this on this show before.
Kind of that diamond-shaped plate that's on the
right.
pole.
There's a code on that plate, and it's going to give you a location, and it's going to make it much easier when you call that in to XL or Poudre Valley REA or to the city of Greeley. We can relay that information to be able to find and fix it quickly. So it's important, if you're able to do that, grab that information.
Yeah, make sure it's safe.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't stop in the middle of traffic. We've already talked about that.
That's right. That's right. So reporting a malfunctioning light is really easy. You can call the city of Greeley at 336-4091, or you can visit our website, and I think we're going to have that site right along the bottom of the screen here. Or you can call Excel Energy, 1-800-895-4999. And additionally, we've given you the website for Excel as well.
Yeah.
So either way.
And I've been on the Excel web page before, and it says outages or something.
Pretty
so it's pretty
simple,
easy to report.
So click on it.
And again, the little diamond, if you can get those little numbers, that makes them much easier for them to find the pole quickly and get it fixed. So you just kind of making it more efficient, I guess.
Yes, for sure.
So, great. Well, that's a good topic, and we'll look to in the future when things are maybe just a little bit brighter.
Yeah, very good.
Well, you get 277 more lights going, but
you had to match my funny, didn't you?
I know. It wasn't near as good, but anyway. Well, that's going to do it for us this time. We'll just stop now while the going is good. That's going to do it this time for here on Real or Rumor. And as always, you can catch us again in other editions on GTV8 and on YouTube for those social media folks out there. So
there's
until
lots
then,
of you.
there are. Well, until the next time, I'm Amy Freeland.
I'm Cheryl Aragon.
We'll see you then.